Hello again. Now I've already done a basic edit on this photo, and if you haven't seen that video then please watch that one first. So this was after basic edit. This was how it started off pre-edit. I had this yellowish hue, so I got rid of that yellow hue, reduced the color temperature, did various things with the shadows and highlights, and I ended up with this. So that was my basic edit. From here I'm going to go on and show you what I do on a full edit. First things first, I'm going to crop in a bit closer on this one. The only reason I'm doing that is because I know that a lot of you might be looking at this on a smartphone, so it's going to be easier for you to see what I'm doing if I crop in a little bit more. Now, with a full edit rather than a basic edit, rather than apply changes to the image as a whole, I'll go into specific areas using this brush tool on the side. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some texture. So I'm going to take that brush up to 100. Again, this won't be the most subtle of edits, and that's because, again, I know that a lot of you will be seeing this on a smartphone screen, so if I make this subtle, you're not really going to notice the changes. So it's all the way up to 100, and I'm going to add texture. Now I'm going to add texture to the very few places where I've got hair, so the eyebrows. I'm going to add it to the eyes, which is really going to make those eyes pop. You see that difference there? Let me just zoom in. That's the after. That's the original before. And then I'm going to add it to the beard hair. Adding texture to the areas where you have facial features and where you have hair. The effect of this is twofold. It adds textures to those areas, but then it makes other areas seem comparatively untextured. I'm talking about the areas where we've got signs of aging, such as under the eyes and on the forehead. They don't seem as intense when you've added to the texture of other areas. That said, if I think a client wants it, I can also remove textures from areas. So let's get a new brush, reset the sliders. I'm going to grab the texture again. I'm going to bring it down 20 to start off with, and I'm going to go over those areas where, like I say, we've got signs of aging. Now I won't always do this by default, but if I've been at a photo shoot and the client has gone, oh, can you make me look 10 years younger, then I might do it for them. Because to be fair, with the sharpness of images that you get from cameras these days and the number of megapixels and what have you, images aren't always flattering at the raw image stage, so it doesn't hurt to iron out some of the creases, as it were. Okay, so that's texture added to the eyes and the hair and the facial features, and a little added from the aging areas. I'm going to click on the one where I added the texture again. I'm going to add some texture to the clothing there. And that's good, I'm happy with that. I'm now going to do some blemish removal. Now blemish removal I'll use just for removing sort of temporary blemishes, spots, things that would be gone in a week or whatever anyway. I won't remove moles or things like that, unless I'm specifically asked to. I did notice something on my eye earlier. There's something stuck in my eyelash there, so I'll get rid of that. A bit of dead skin or something there. I'll get rid of that as well. I've got a weird moustache hair that starts higher up than the rest of my moustache, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. I'll see if I've got any other spots. Oh, that area there looks a bit... I mean, very few people at this, when you zoomed in like this, have got absolutely perfect skin. I don't know whether that's an age spot or a pimple. I'm going to take it out just because it's slightly distracting. I'll leave that there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some more dimension to the face. Now, there's already quite a lot of texture and depth to the face because of the way I've lit this portrait. I like to light from one side, so you can see I've got this sort of pocket of light on the cheek here and this shadow along the nose. So I've already got a lot of dimension, but I'm just going to accentuate that a little bit more. So I'm going to use the brush tool again, and the way I'm going to create this accentuation is, first of all, I'm going to darken the shadows in the areas where we have shadows. Let me just do that -10. So I'll do it here, here, anywhere where we've already got shadows. I'm just, like I say, accentuating that effect. And then what I'm going to do is choose another brush, reset the sliders, and this time I'm going to bring up the highlights. So the bits that are already light, I'm going to make them a little bit lighter, just a little bit though. And what this is doing, as I said, is just adding a bit more depth, a bit more dimension to our portrait. Now, I might play around with this for a good deal longer, but we're at the stage now where you get the gist basically. That is what a full edit looks like. It's where, unlike the basic edit where I edit the image as a whole, I will go into specific areas and change those specific areas. I might do other things to this. I might go in and make the catch light in the eyes brighter. I might spend a bit more time removing further blemishes. But we've got from our original image to our fully edited image, and I'm pleased with that.